About a month ago, this channel got monetized, and I got my first paycheck from YouTube. Okay, it's not really a paycheck per se. No idea why YouTubers show the envelope. Can you still get that? 3 killers! Anyway, I want to share with you how much I made with 1,000 subscribers. So during my first month being monetized, I made
$1 million.
no, but seriously, during February I made $105 just from YouTube, which is not too bad considering that I missed half of the month. Hello internet people, my name is Robert, and let's take a bit closer look at the data on my laptop. Here's the data for February, and you can see I made $105 and my CPM was about $37. And CPM is really important because that's the cost per mile or cost per 1,000 views. And these are the monetized views, not just any views. It has to be with the ad shown. Another thing to keep in mind about this number is this is something that YouTube will take its cut from, and then only I get the money. Let me hold on that. So RPM is actually the number that you should be looking at. This is what you get once you're monetized. Right now, the $5 RPM looks really bad, but actually it's because I have only half of the month selected here. You'll see it will change later on. It will make more sense. But looking at February, you can see that my views were about 20,000, or actually if you look from the half of the month, that's 10,000. And you see that one of my most popular videos, it just got really demoted. You see that the views went down through the whole month. And I only posted one video this month. Then if I look at March, which is now about halfway as well, so we have data until 16th of March, you can see that I have about 5,000 views and I made $94. So if we look at the revenue more closer, you see here that the RPM is now closer to $20, and this means that for every 1,000 views, I get about $20. And what's cool about RPM is that it shows the actual number that I will get for every 1,000 views. So it takes into account the CPM, monetized views, and YouTube's cut from the revenues. As you can see, $46 CPM is pretty high. I know there's other channels that they have somewhere closer to 4 to 5, and it just really depends on your niche. By the way, if you want to learn what kind of topics have the highest CPM, check out this YouTube card, should appear somewhere here. In that video, I reviewed 100 YouTubers that showed their income in 2020, and I'll share in detail what I've learned. And then let's take a look at the reach in March. And here you see the distribution. For me, the YouTube search is the most important part, and then I have some external like Google and my own website that drives some traffic. But right now, suggested videos are really low, and this is where I need to be better. Suggested videos is actually something that if you want to make your video go viral, that's where all the magic is. And then if we take a look at the lifetime graph, we look at the overview, you can see I've had about 90,000 views, and right now I only made $200 just because I got monetized about a month ago. So far so good. I only released 7 or 8 videos, so I haven't been as active as I would like to be. And that's just because I have another YouTube channel where most of my time goes into. And if you're enjoying this video so far, how about clicking on the like button? That will help me a lot with the YouTube algorithm. If we look at the last 28 days, what's interesting is always to look at your data in more detail. And in this view, you're able to actually see much more information per video. And it's really the RPM really depends on the topic and also even on the video. I have pretty much similar topics. They talk about eToro, investing, and still there's a big difference between RPM and CPM. So that's really interesting. And then CPM per country, you'll see that there's big differences between countries. So obviously the Western countries get more, but even look at this. Thailand has 39 CPM. Okay, I only had 12 views from there. But anyway, you can get, if you have a lot of viewers in the Western world, then that also means you have a higher CPM usually. So if we go somewhere scrolling down, so for example, I have a lot of views from Philippines, but the CPM is $6 compared to Germany where it's 50. So it's almost 10 times higher. So it really depends. The CPM really depends on the country the user comes from, their own interest. So what kind of interest, what have they been watching before they watch your video?
and then also their age, and just in general your topics.
Now, these are definitely not life-changing amounts, but it feels really nice to get some money in return for something I like doing anyway. As mentioned, if you want to see what I learned by reviewing 100 YouTubers' revenue, check out the video right here. And if you're having trouble finding time for your side hustle, then check out this video right here. I'll share my tips to make time.